Okay, last but not least, Cancerian, the original Cancerian. This is before they changed it from the 12 zodiacs to the 13. July 21st to August 9th, crab, brain, pituitary, ruby, peridot, moon, silver, pearl, and Monday. Alright, let's see what we got for Cancerian. If you are from the States, happy Thanksgiving. Okay, we got the King of Clubs in the upright. Typically somebody that's very good looking, charming, somebody that knows what they want and goes after it. This is a very good energy, stable, secure, confident, not too cocky. Something to do with gates. Wearing his purple boots, so definitely third eye chakra is lit. 10 of Cups in the upright. So whoever you are, Cancerian, you have what you need. It doesn't look like you're looking for anything else. You're fulfilled in whatever it is that you have. You're grateful. And you have pretty much all the cups aligned, along with the chakras as well. So you could be doing chakra work, you could be working on yourself, your inner child. A lot of the times when I get the 10 of Cups, I see these two children in the background. It doesn't necessarily mean like necessarily these are these two children, but more so their inner children. Kind of in the past, in the background, still there, still present, which adds to the 10 of Cups as well. You have a firm foundation, stable community. Both of you tend to do things out of love. If there's a female energy, if not two males or two females, the female's got a lot of mixed color, almost like a lime green. So that's between heart chakra and solar plexus. A nice balance between the two. And definitely guidance. The Magician in the upright. So you're using your gifts, talents, and abilities, Cancerian, whoever you are, you're using your gifts to manifest whatever you want in your life. This could be your 10 of Cups here. Whatever goals, dreams, ambitions that you have, you're sticking with it. You're not letting anything detour you, or, you know, I'm getting the construction site where they give you a different road to go down or anything like that. You're not really letting anything sway you, or you already know the back roads. You have protection in your own right. You know how to protect your energy, how to protect yourself. And a mix between solar plexus and throat chakra. He's wearing a belt of yellow and blue. So you're not afraid to speak up and say whatever it is that you need to say for yourself. And you've gained, so to speak, your wings, or you do things on a whim. Kind of like carefree, go with the flow, which is really good energy to be in because that's a receiving kind of energy. You sit at your own table. In fact, your chair itself looks like a table. I don't know if you could see that right there. You could be into woodworking or some form of craft, or maybe even architecture. Very creative. That's your drive, that's your ambition. What else we got for Cancerian? So we got the 2 of Coins, but instead of the upright, it was sideways, right in between the King of Clubs, 10 of Cups, and the Magician. So instead of balancing things, you've kind of given up the idea of trying to balance everything, and you let go of what's not really necessary. So let's say you have a list of priorities, and then you go with the most important one. You're not going to try to juggle anything or balance anything when it comes to things that aren't important. Very clever in the way that you go about things, like a creative approach. So if there's an issue or there's some sort of emotional turmoil or something comes up, you have ways of being creative to get yourself out of it. And it doesn't slow you down at all. Like I said, it doesn't take you off your path. It doesn't deter you from whatever it is that you're trying to do, your goals. You have no problem standing up for yourself or people you care about, especially. You used to be really giving and generous to certain people, but at this time you're not really feeling like you want to take any third parties in. Maybe you don't want to have certain people come into your home, or maybe certain, I want to say acquaintances that you used to know, even if it's for connections. Let's say you have a business or something like that, and you have a lot of connections, a lot of sources, a lot of people. You're now kind of limiting who comes around your family or yourself or your home, which is allowing you not to have to juggle between certain energies. So you're keeping your space clean. And usually the Five of Coins energy is not really the best. It's usually more like a bit of a struggle, a bit of a hardship, maybe even other people having an impact on your life, or coming in and just messing with your shit and then walking out. I see you being faithful. You're not the type that's going to go out and mess around with other people. Even if you did something like that in your teenage years or something in the past, you've forgiven yourself for whatever it was. You don't depend on anybody to come in and save you. You don't depend on anybody to come in and fix your problems, or emotionally stabilize you, or take care of you. Any persons that stabbed you in the back, you've come to accept it. And you're not really looking for no answers. You're not looking for any apologies. You're not really looking for anybody to come in and fix their wrongdoings against you. You're not expecting anybody to come in and resolve any issues. Not really interested either. Okay, what else can we get? You're going on your own journey. You're doing whatever it is that serves you. You've probably dropped a lot of bad habits, which were almost energetic possessions. So these could be items or just ways of thinking, mind frame. You let it go. Don't really seem to care. It's a very nice, calm, mellow energy. Not on the depression side of it. More like just more of like an acceptance energy. Instead of just fighting everything and everyone around you, you kind of just got to a nice, comfortable, mellow energy. That's what it feels like. Which has allowed you to manifest finances. Almost feels like it was out of your reach at one point. It's quite possibly, Cancerian, you or another person had an effect on your finances, and it felt like whatever goals you had were out of reach, but not at this time. I think you've resolved or figured out whatever the issue was, and I think that has to do with this Two of Coins that's kind of come out sideways just over the Ten of Cups. This is a part of your birthright. This is a part of your abilities, the ability to be a magician in the upright, the ability to manifest, call on whatever it is that you want, create situations. Like I said, you're creative. You could be doing something with architecture or designing, creating whatever you want for yourself, so it brings in the abundance, and you don't really rely on anybody to come and do that for you. You're pretty self-sufficient. I'm not seeing the Nine of Coins out here, but that's the energy I'm getting. Independent, self-sufficient. You're not relying on other people to come do the stuff for you. Okay. And I keep wanting to put this up here. So you could be flaunting a little bit of what you have. You could be, I don't want to say bragging, but definitely very proud of yourself for all the things that you've accomplished. Good catch. You could be a healer yourself, or another person that's in your energy. Medicine man or woman. This is a trait, this is a DNA thing passed down from ancestors. And there could be some smoke screening, so whether it's incense or cleansing, you could already be up on that. Since the last moon we had, there was a lot of heavy energy, a lot of projection energy, a lot of people trying to attempt to swap with other people so they're not going to get their karma or have to deal with any blowback from any of the things they did in the past, especially against other people, whether they sabotaged, hurt other people, stole from other people. And this is the kind of energy here. You're healing yourself, you're healing your bloodline, which is bringing in the finances as well. It's funny how that comes out right afterwards. So if this reading cuts off early, I apologize. Battery on the phone is low. I could plug it in. What did I do with my charger? And then we've got biblical as well. This person's carving out wood. carving out something. You could be carving out your own pathway. I'm going to see if I can go get the charger for this. Just give me a second. Before it cuts off. Okay, had to shift everything around there just so I could plug in the phone. Hopefully that works. So yeah, we got the past life oracle biblical. So quite possibly your ancestors, or even people just like your mother, father, grandparents, or something like that. They themselves could be very religious, and you may not have taken that road, or maybe you have and you believe very much in what it is that you, your values, your worth, anything like that, and you hold it close. So I would say faith in self, belief in whatever it is, deities, entities, higher source, divine union. What else can we get here? Past life oracle card for Cancerian, please. You could be very fascinated with Ra, the sun god, the Egyptian sun god. See Rabi. The person that I was speaking about before that may have an impact on your finances, or whoever you decided not to have in your energy from previous, their energy is of not enough. So it's like a lack mentality, frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. This individual, this energy I'm picking up here, really has an impact on you. So if you're allowing them to stay in your space, your bubble, or whatever you want to call it, they are going to energetically have an impact on whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So if you maybe cut ties with this person or kept your distance, and you've decided to kind of let it go off on your own, or worry about your own family, your own Ten of Cups, you made the right choice. Because this person is not in the same energy as you. Sometimes that happens in life. When we get to a certain point, we elevate. There's other people that really can't be, well, they can. It's a personal choice, free will. But if they stay, if you allow them, by not setting healthy boundaries, to stay in your energy, they will have a huge impact on whatever it is you're trying to create for yourself. And I don't think that's your goal here. Not if you're in the King of Clubs. You know very well what it is that you want, and you go after it. So I don't think you're going to take no for an answer. If you say, listen, I don't want you in my energy, I want you to give me my space, or I just can't talk to you anymore about certain things, then you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to set healthy boundaries for yourself. Whoever was in this energy of not enough, it was out of a fear mentality. So quite possibly whatever they went through when they were younger had them believing, they're still in the old programming of believing that if they were to elevate, that they would be punished for it in some sort of way, which leads to some fear. So they make their judgments based out of fear, their decisions, how they carry themselves, not believing in themselves, the whole idea of jealousy of others, watching other people grow and elevate and not doing that for themselves. And then when it comes to like self-sabotage or self-punishment, especially in relationships, it can be really frustrating. That energy of feeling lack is not a healthy energy to be in. And a lot of the time it's programmed. So if you separated yourself from that, good for you, Cancerian. You did the right thing. What can we get for the Cancerians, the single Cancerians? This could be the person that you let go. They could be single now. They could still have a bit of jealousy, which is their like end game. And well, if I can't have you, then I'll just sabotage whatever you have, or even if I'm sabotaging myself sort of energy. It's not the greatest energy, and there's going to be an end to that. So Grim Reaper, the relationship is over, no second chances, growth, transform your life. You've already made the decision to move forward and transform your life, which has allowed you to do whatever it is that you're doing right now. Okay, it's allowed you to be in this Ten of Cups energy. You are manifesting what you need. You're taking care of yourself. You're healing yourself. Maybe family members if you have younger children. and you're not so worried about outside influences. So whoever this is, this energy, there's an end to this. Whether this be an old partnership or somebody you're currently with that you separated yourself, even if you're not divorced, let's say, and you're going through a separation and it's not finalized, whatever this is, this energy is now separate from what you're trying to do, Cancerian. It could be vice versa, you know, it could be you being on the other side of it, of not feeling enough, but that's not what I'm picking up here. I'm hoping that's not the case, because it started off very strong. So I have a feeling this is this other person that's in your life right now, or not in your life right now. What can we get for the Grim Reaper? So I pulled out Mother earlier, okay? This is Past Life Oracle card, and right beside Mother I got the 10 of Coins. So whoever this was has a huge influence on the family, the finances, even the younger generations that came after you, whatever knowledge is being passed down, whatever is being verbalized. Whoever this is has a huge impact, because I asked about the Grim Reaper and not enough. Can we get more for Mother and 10 of Coins? Is this like grandmother or mother figure? 2 coins. We have the Death card. This could be endings and new beginnings, death of a way of thinking, which you seem to have done, Cancerian, already. You've already come up out of that. Whatever programming that was, you left that behind. You really don't care. You're not afraid to say so. Or this could be a passing, or somebody that has passed. And then we've got the 4 of Swords as well, like rest, recovery, maybe even, you know, when I say recovery, I'm thinking like the whole idea AA, or just kind of getting out of old habits. So it's funny how these 4 came out. Mother and 10 of Coins, to clarify the Grim Reaper and not enough. And then we've got Death and the 4 of Swords. Long term. Whatever this is long term. So this might have been going on for a very long time. Let's see what I can get from some of these flashcards here. What about biblical? Believe in yourself even if others do not. Fight for your rights. So that one came out. So whatever influence has been a huge impact on your life for a very long time, this is coming to an end. This is not going to be able to continue anymore, because the vibrational frequency that you hold is not allowing this to continue. Not in your bubble, not in your energy right now. There's not enough energy being given to this other person or even entity attachment to support it. It's going to have to either die off, or it's going to have to separate itself and find a different host or a different person to attach to, because this can't continue. There's too many things at stake here. There's too many things going on, and a lot of it has to do with generational wealth or generational tradition, anything that's being passed down. This could even be biblical, some things that need to be sorted out. Anything that happened in the past, like trials, tribulations, or turmoil, or any kind of trauma that you currently are healing from. There's not enough energy being given to the lower vibrational entities or people to support them anymore. There has to be a separation. There has to be going on your own path, your own journey, what you're doing, and then they have to go on theirs. Whether or not they choose to heal, that's on them. Whether or not they choose to do better for themselves or take care of themselves, some of which even have their own gifts, talents, and abilities. They even have the ability to do this because they're in your bloodline anyways. If this is a spouse of yours, whatever they have passed down to them from their own families is very important. Finding your inner strength, that inner lion, that solar plexus energy, the ability to fight fear and overcome whatever maybe some of your past ancestors didn't overcome. So you're getting through this. Can I get another past life island time wellness card? Past life island time wellness. That's interesting. What about the strength? Ooh. Only 2 came out. Let's see what they are. Talking. This came out in reverse. Interested, conversing more, awaited messages arrive, text, call, email, and hovering. So this came out in reverse. So maybe there's somebody that's not actually speaking up and saying what they need to at this time. And that's fine. You can't force nobody to do anything. And then we've got camera as well. Reminiscing keepsake. Somebody could keep a form of like a photo album or a picture book or a scrapbook. Perception, learn from the past and make memories. So whoever had the influence on the past, it was all to do with their perception of things, what they were taught, what traditions were passed to them, what traumas they went through that they didn't heal, as well as yourself too. And this is about making new memories. Okay, so we've got the death card here twice. We've got the Grim Reaper and the death card. So the whole idea of death and rebirth, coming out anew. Some things need to end in order for you to move forward. And I'm not saying ending of people necessarily, but sometimes that does happen, unfortunately. Whatever this older energy is, it feels like it's been around for a long time. And again, we had that card, fight for your rights. So don't give up, Cancerians out there. Don't give up on whatever it is that you're trying to do. Protect yourself like you've been doing. Manifest situations to help bring in your abundance and keep it that way. Do the best you can for other people when you can that are deserving. What else we got here? The Rune Buchanan. Birch. Fertility, growth, sustenance, birth, new beginnings, personal growth, liberation, love affair, and prayer. So you could be praying at this time, or somebody else could be praying that things go in their favor. This is the letter B. This is also orange, red, and green. So that'd be sacral, root chakra, and heart chakra. Do more things to activate and open up your heart chakra, if that means going and having fun, or doing something nice for another person, just out of good faith, not expecting anything in return. I don't think you have a problem with that. There's a couple cards that wanted to come out. 7 of Clubs in reverse. You're no longer fighting off whatever this is, because this person doesn't have the energy anymore to keep going, to keep fighting you. They're really, really exhausted, and whatever it is, they need the rest so they can do their own healing. They need to go within, find their own strength so they don't keep fighting you, because they're basically fighting their own shadow side. Even if they're not interested in talking right now, eventually they're going to have to speak up. If they don't, then they take it with them, wherever it is that they're going. You fight for peace. You fight for your gifts and abilities that were passed down to you. You fight for the knowledge that you carry. Okay? I think you're avoiding any opportunity to self-sabotage. You're recognizing it early. Let's see what else we got. Make time to do one thing on a list of what brings you joy or inspiration. Exactly. Focus on yourself. Do what's happy. Don't be worried about spending a little bit just to make yourself happy. Not like going crazy or nothing, but doing things for fun. You could do lots of things without spending money. There's tons of things to do. I'm even seeing going out for a picnic or something. Right now where I am, it's not really the nicest weather to go out and do anything. Unless you're bundled up in maybe a snowsuit. You got like a form of windbreaker or something like that. But there's lots of things you can do that don't require spending a lot of money. Okay. What else can we get here? Get one more past life oracle card. Ooh, that came right out. Wars and battles. This is not new. You could have repeated cycles again and again for a very long time. This other influence that, you know, whether it be a mother figure or somebody that's a female energy that had an impact on you, could have created a lot of battles for you, or started a lot of wars and expected you to clean up the mess or fight for them, which is not necessarily the best way of approaching it. It's almost like stirring the pot and then not getting your hands dirty, you know, not having to wash the blood off your hands, so to speak. This person's well aware. They're in a nostalgic energy as well. They know exactly what they've done. They know exactly what they're trying to do. And they know their perception may have been a little bit off. I say a little bit. I think they're under... what's the word? They're trying to make it seem less than it is, whatever their influence was on you. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But clearly it's a big deal. Whatever this is, it's a huge ending. Now it's either for them or just the fact that you walked away or doing your own thing. You're not expecting them to come in. You don't expect anything from this person, really. And you can do just fine on your own, which is nice. Make sure to do your meditation. We've got the Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, and listening to ego. So this past person could have been the one that left, or you could have asked them to leave, one of the two. And they definitely were codependent on your energy. There's a fear of intimacy that could stem from past trauma. And then we've got the Golden Mirror in reverse, which is self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. You're none of these things. You don't wish to do that. If you're going to mirror somebody, you want to mirror back to them the positive stuff that you see within them. A lot of Cancerians have a lot of good intention. They may be a bit emotional considerably, but that's just like a stereotype. And you're not one-sided. You were willing to see both sides. You're not up for the whole love bombing idea. And the fact of being self-absorbed may have been a perception of this other person because you have been holding back your energy, but that's not the case. It's just for taking care of yourself, making sure you're okay. And in no way are you a narc. This is not something you're interested in. You want to keep your Ten of Cups in the upright. You want to speak for justice, stand up for yourself, be clear on what you're saying. You have the strength within. And you look to your guides and any sources that you believe in, even if it's biblical. This is something that you carry down with you, and you do take care of yourself, and you do heal. This person could have been afraid of the fact that you were trying to self-heal, and they didn't want to participate, which is fine. Yeah, we've got a younger energy here too, Knight of Swords. Somebody that says a lot of things, maybe things they don't mean at the time, but they do have an impact as well. And I had that right after Runner. Okay, and one more rune. What can we get? Ingwas. God Ingwas. Fertilization, actualization, beginning, balance, productivity, growth, common sense, family, home, relief, nature, frith, plenty, and faith. So that's for N and G. And we've got red, blue, and green. So root, throat, and heart chakra. I'm pretty sure you're already on your right path. You're doing what makes sense to you. The whole idea of common sense and not a lot of people having common sense, well, that may be true for a lot of things. More and more people are waking up to what makes sense to them. Any of the things that were hidden from the past, they're starting to realize. They're starting to ground themselves, control their own emotions so it's healthy, create proper boundaries with people, picking and choosing the battles, making sure they're not just fighting every single fucking person that comes into their lives, or they'll be exhausted like this other person here that seem to really want an ending for you, and that may be their own ending for themselves. They could have lied a lot on you or lied to themselves about certain things. Whatever this is, you're already doing the right thing for you. So stay in the Magician in the upright. Try not to stoop to anybody's level. If they do come back in, if you let them back in, that's on you. Keep that in mind, okay? There's a bit of surrender there as well. This other person could be surrendering. Either to the situation, themselves, whatever, you name it. They still have a bit of fear and in the ego, which was originally supposed to protect them, but it's not really helping them right now. What else do we got here? Trust your intuition and go with the flow, which is something you're doing. Okay, Cancerian, hopefully that helps.